The Bible is often seen as a book of faith, morality, and divine guidance. But beneath its familiar stories lies something far deeper and far more mysterious. Hidden within its pages are visions that defy logic, symbols that challenge understanding, and prophecies that seem to echo far beyond their time. Tonight, we journey into one of the greatest mysteries ever recorded in Scripture. A mystery not explained, not interpreted, only witnessed. This is the vision of Ezekiel. Over 2,600 years ago, a priest named Ezekiel stood by the river Chebar in Babylon. He was in exile, far from Jerusalem, far from the temple, and far from everything familiar. Then something happened. The heavens opened, and Ezekiel saw something no human words could fully describe. He writes of a great storm coming from the north, a massive cloud flashing with fire, brilliant light surrounding it, and something glowing like molten metal at its center. From within, this fire emerged 4 living creatures. Each one had a human form, but each had 4 faces. The face of a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle. They had straight legs, feet like a calf's hoof, gleaming like polished bronze. Under their wings were human hands. They moved without turning, each one going straight forward, guided by something unseen. And then Ezekiel noticed something even more unsettling. Beside each creature was a wheel, but not an ordinary wheel. It was a wheel within a wheel. The wheels sparkled like precious stone, intersecting each other, capable of moving in any direction without rotating. Their rims were tall, terrifying, and covered entirely with eyes. Wherever the creatures went, the wheels followed. When the creatures rose, the wheels rose. When they stopped, the wheels stopped. Ezekiel writes that the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. Above them all was a platform, shining like crystal. And above that platform was a throne, and seated on the throne was a figure with the appearance of a man glowing like fire, surrounded by radiant light like a rainbow after a storm. Ezekiel fell face down. This vision has haunted humanity ever since. What did Ezekiel truly see? For centuries, theologians have called this the throne of God, a symbolic vision revealing divine glory beyond human comprehension. Jewish mystics believed this vision was so powerful, so dangerous to the mind, that it should never be studied lightly. Some traditions even forbade young scholars from reading Ezekiel chapter 1. They feared the vision could overwhelm the soul. Others believe Ezekiel was describing something real, something physical, using the only language he had. A man from the ancient world, struggling to describe technology or entities beyond his understanding. The wheels within wheels, the eyes covering the rims, the beings moving without turning. Some modern thinkers have asked a controversial question. Was Ezekiel witnessing something supernatural or something otherworldly? The Bible never explains the mechanics of the vision. It never tells us how the wheels worked. It never explains the eyes. It simply says, "This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord." And then, silence. No clarification. No interpretation. Only the record. What makes this even more unsettling is that similar visions appear elsewhere in the Bible. In the book of Revelation, John describes creatures with many eyes, surrounding God's throne. In Isaiah, seraphim cry out, "Holy, holy, holy," covering themselves with wings. Different authors, different centuries, yet strikingly similar imagery. Coincidence? Or fragments of a greater reality humanity can only glimpse for a moment? Some believe these visions represent dimensions beyond space and time, realities intersecting with our own. Others believe they are symbolic expressions of divine order, movement, and omniscience. And then there are those who believe the truth lies somewhere in between, that Ezekiel saw something real, but human language was never meant to contain it. Even today, scholars cannot agree. Artists continue to paint it. Theologians continue to debate it. Scientists continue to speculate. But the mystery remains untouched. Perhaps that was the point. perhaps some truths are not meant to be explained, only encountered. Perhaps the Bible is not always meant to give answers, but to awaken awe and fear and wonder. Ezekiel never claimed to understand what he saw. He only claimed to have seen it. And that may be the most unsettling part of all. Because if even a prophet could not comprehend it, what does that say about the limits of human understanding? The Bible closes this vision not with explanation, but with reverence. And maybe that is where all mysteries end. Not with knowledge, but with silence. If this ancient vision still stirs something deep within you, then you are not alone. Because the greatest mysteries are not solved. They are remembered. Subscribe to Bible Mystery and continue the journey into the hidden truths of Scripture.